Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is James Mroczkowski with Sharper Pen Image Consulting, and today I have some short stories of my father, James Mroczkowski, who I'm going to read. There's three of them. They're all pretty short. We're going to start with the most innocent, and then the most vicious, and then the funniest. So this one's called Mother. Why is it that I never pay attention to what I hear once, or take it seriously unless heard at least 3 times, preferably in varying crescendos, each louder than the other? Each time this occurs, I have fond thoughts of mom and boyhood, in a red brick river city taking the trash out. But somehow, however, regularity had to be prompted by the sheer boredom of it in the scheduled city-style alley arrival of the trash men. I knew they would come, clanking and banging galvanized metal trash cans, heroically denting and mangling any shape out of them, transforming current art, week by week. More predictable than the weather, my only real contact with the outside world. All I could think of to do is someday, if I was good enough, was to be one, just like them. My humble second-floor steps and backyard drag seem puny next to all those alleys out there. I never could understand how 2 men could do all of it. As I grew older, I broadened my view and I wanted to drive the truck. My imagination staggered under the weight of it all. Meanwhile, Mom was patiently waiting for her kitchen cans to fill them up again. I could feel her watching me from the kitchen window, staring at me as mothers do. As I lazily daydreamed, winging to the back gate, searching the distant alleyways for the day when I could yell at someone to take the trash out. Distracted occasionally by stray dogs and alley cats and unconfined movement, I stared from my backyard fortress. Taking the trash out at night was always an adventure, each in itself, sometimes even treasure. I devised a plan to somehow get even with her, because I suspected she was putting fallen down plaster in the bottom of all the bags. It was okay. I see now she just wanted to build my integrity. The only time I refused to take out the trash was disastrous. I was sent to bed without supper, and eating mashed potatoes out of my little brother's pocket was no fun, though his sacrifice was inspiring. So I made up my mind to mess with my mother's mind, and from that day forward, I took the trash out before I was ever told to. It started to bother her, as I can smilingly tell. It was as if she missed our intimate commotion and controversy over the trash. I was accused of doing what I was supposed to do, and I guess I won, but so did she. That is the end of the children's version. I shall leave you there with softer thoughts. I'm happy to report they let me empty all the cans here at the penitentiary, even in the chapel, and not everyone here gets to do this. So, again, that was the innocent one. That's, I'll leave you to discern what's fact or fiction in that story. But, a lot of stories, short stories, poems, songs, they might be, they come from the artist's experience and knowledge and sense of the world, but at the same time, they're also interspersed with real experience. But the artistic license is the expansion, is the liberality of fiction, and the expansion of what is to what was or what might be, or to give you an angle or a look or a bridge inwards or outwards to see what they're seeing and maybe how they even came to see it. What I'm getting at is, take it like a Tom Waits song, right? Mother. Why is it that I never pay attention to what I hear once, or take it seriously unless heard at least 3 times, preferably in varying crescendos, each time louder than the other? Each time this occurs, I have fond thoughts of mom and boyhood in a red brick river city taking the trash out. Right? Something like that. So, this next one, far less innocent. When I say the most vicious, This one's called Jew. Of all the stories I never wanted to write, this is one. I somehow forgot or repressed it for decades. I asked Johnny what he was doing for money since he moved here to the West End in 1972. I should know better. His exasperated answer blew my mind. He was doing stick-up jobs. With what? A pistol, he said. You got a pistol? No, I rent one. You rent one. Yeah. From where? The Jew. There's one in every city. He's a fence, gun rental, thug rental, setups, burglary, beatings, robberies, dough handles, anything you value. Prostitution. How much to rent one? Depends on the job or what you bring in. It's an open end. I didn't have any money to rent one or collateral, jewelry, gold, so you have to leave a family member or girlfriend. So I used Alice. He only takes women or girls. You left Alice there? Yeah, they chained her to a bench till you bring back the gun and the loot. What if you get arrested or lose the gun? They make her turn tricks till it's paid for. He said it like I was from Mars. You told me you were done with that. Well, it's not easy. You do what you know. Unbelievable. It's for real. Where at? The Central West End, not far from Euclid. Show me. No, it's not cool. My psychedelic sensibilities are throbbing. My problem is I think too much. All wrong. All that you think is real. Safe isn't. Do the police know? Probably. They're usually in on it too. For him to operate like that. If you cross him, he turns you in. They get a good bust. It's not pretty, but it's real. Take me to him. No. I'll give you $20. Okay, but don't mess it up for me or cause a scene. I turn the truck around and head back to the city. Pre-Gentry, the city is shining, hazy in the summer heat. We park down the street. See that? I turn the truck down and head back to the city. Pre-Gentry, the city is shining, hazy in the summer heat. We park down the street, walk to a brick building with iron gates on everything. He knocks. Giant black thug opens the door. A long, empty hallway. The living room and dining room is his office. It's a Clint Eastwood movie set, right? Art imitating life, life imitating art. Everyone wants to be somebody. Tiny, the giant says, who's with you? He's cool. He was in Vietnam with me. He don't believe me. There, the Jew is long-bearded, hat and scarf, and hook-nosed behind an old desk. To the left, the windows are boarded up. A long golden oak bench, the kind at the old courthouses, is against the wall. A 12-year-old black girl is chained to a large pipe rack fixed to the floor length of the bench. A 20-year-old black woman is also chained. The chain is around their waist, fixed with the master lock. There are 3 more empty chains on the floors and another black thug at his side. The fans hum a surreal heat. I can't say I had anything to say. Johnny bullshitted a few minutes and we left. It offered another writing experience of modern life. A symbiotic world most people would not believe if I didn't live in the show me state. West End Entertainment. Anything I could say or think will be racist in one way or another. A complex hash of what is right or wrong. I had the sense I was in Africa with a primitive tribe that eats its own, exploited by a dollar. Missionary one evil mind playing the lowest of the low, primitive, violent crimes against another race. It all made sense what my aunts had taught me when we were young, was that as a family, we hated Germans first, Russians second, Jews third, Gypsies fourth. Why? Because they were not Polish. Black people did not count because there were none in Poland. An American tended towards a self-defeating race who seemed to be unable to maintain anything of dignity. Yeah. So, been my experience too that most people here, they're really naive. Not just what goes on underneath their feet and behind their backs, but right in front of their face. They wouldn't know it. They wouldn't believe you. They're horrified to see it. And the worst part is they actually trust and believe that like someone's out there fixing all this, or that someone has the answers, as if having the answers or all the right answers mattered, because at the end of the day, everyone's left being responsible for themselves. You know, that so many people think they can defer responsibility elsewhere. This last one is the funniest, and it's called Late Night Gas Station, 1964. Late Night Gas Station, 1964. All right. You show up 1 hour before the last guy leaves so he can do paperwork. Now I'm going to train you. You put gas in the tank, oil in the engine, clean the windshield, sell car stuff. At the Bonafide gas station all night and day, 7 days a week, 8 blocks from the 6th District St. Louis Police Station. Here's how we do it. Several customers later, I'm on my own. Several days in, I start at 9 p.m., get off at 5 a.m., or when relieved. I can read, do my homework. They all know I'm doing this for cave exploring, an expensive hobby, gas, etc. They also know I have guns. This is a dangerous job. After a week in, 4 nights a week, I take more time, 10-hour nights. Here, this is the station's pistol, a 25 caliber automatic gunmetal blue. Here's the safety, here's the clip. We keep one in the chamber. Do not put the pistol in your shirt pocket. The last guy let it slip, it went off, almost got him. Scared the customer. We think it hit the pharmacy's bricks. Do not shoot anyone unless you have to. Give them the money. Grave advice. My instructions over. Check your oil, sir, ma'am. The 25 is in my hip pocket. I make friends with an older guy. 24, 25, wife, 2 kids. He heard about caving. He wants me to take him to the cave. Private, no groups, just us. I have the stuff and we plan. He has me over for coffee. His apartment. Horrible coffee. Instant made with hot tap water. A 2nd floor flat off Grand North, the water tower. We talk. His wife is attached to the TV and kids, uninterested. He is excited. The next day at the gas station, I am replacing him. He pulls me in the back of a cinder block station, shrubs, sign, etc. He says, here, I'll show you my hiding place. A stone, an oilcloth, a 32 caliber chrome revolver, 7-shot cylinder. That 25 won't do you any good. I'm worried about you in the graveyard shift. Now I have 2 pistols and no driver's license. America has changed. I practice with my left hand at night, alone. An old police super sergeant, lots of stripes, drives by. Stops, often talks. Cab drivers, drunks, especially after closing. Recently, the Post-Dispatch was saying, raise the minimum wage from 55 cents an hour to 65 cents an hour. The Globe, Republican, said, the end of the world would happen if workers got 10 cents more an hour. Oh, so cheap. It did not end. It affected me, my friends, a world that struggles. One night, an old cop asked me, got a pistol? Yeah, I said. That 25? Yeah, that's a whore's gun. Let me give you some advice. If you shoot him in the ear or eye with that little thing. If they have a 38 or better, you better give it up. Shoot to kill. Less paperwork, no lawsuits. Give him the money. And don't tell anyone you thought about it. By the way, I can get you a 38 if you have the cash. Yes. So a much more quaint and innocent time. And that time is long gone, right? And I'd like to close this thought. I'd like to close this segment. I'd like to close this episode. Sorry if I've been leaning off camera or whatever. I just kind of got into the reading there, lost track of things. But I wanted to end this with thoughts on right and very different, very innocent America, and then things are changing now, and whether we can think of 5, 10, 20 years in the future, they will be different, and there's no way around that. So, uh, as Nobel Award winning literature laureate Bob Dylan once sang badly, times they are changing, right? And these times are no different. So I have a weather update soon, and I know I also promised getting into George Orwell's Politics in the English Language, so that's also up soon on the list. and then more literary analyses, as well as got new episodes of American music. So thanks for checking out the channel. Again, I'm Zach Mroczkowski. Check out my work, like, share, subscribe if you think the content is good, and maybe I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.